Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Do you ever get the feeling that there's something in your heart that you've always wanted to pursue, but life got in the way? Happens to so many of us. I'm Christine Cottagio, and I am here to teach you the 7 steps to reawaken, refine, and redesign your life. Now, we've all had that feeling at some point that there is something that we feel called to do, or that there's more to life than what we are doing. And we're trying to figure out how to bring it to life. How do we incorporate that into our busy lifestyles? You know, we've all had dreams. We've all had those ambitions that we put on the back burner. And for a lot of reasons, either because we're raising a family, or for financial reasons, or just because life got in the way. And it's happened to so many of us. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping midlife women empower themselves and learn to reawaken those dreams. So what does it actually mean to reawaken? So what that means is to get clear on those lost ambitions, to understand what they are, to figure out our purpose. They're part of our purpose. They were put there for a reason. So we need to reawaken. We need to find that spark that's going to bring those thoughts, ambitions, desires that we've shoved inside and bring them back to life. Because that's where our purpose is, and that's where our passion for living comes from. I work with so many clients who are experiencing the same thing. They're going from job to job and understanding, or trying to understand, why they're not getting the fulfillment or the satisfaction that they want. And in so many cases, as we start to peel the onion, we realize that they are not doing what they are called to do. They're not awakening those ambitions that they've always had, but put on the back burner for life's reasons. So now, as we have our life experiences, and we are older, and we're starting to figure out what we didn't do that we still want to do, and create bucket lists and all kinds of things for our life. We take all those experiences that we have been through, which are all part of the tapestry, and we figure out, okay, what is missing? How do we finish this beautiful tapestry of our life? How do we create the fulfillment and the desire that we want? And all this is, this yearning, this feeling, is that these desires are calling you to be acknowledged. They're telling you, look at me, pay attention to me, remember me. Remember the little girl laying on the grass? I talk about this all the time. Laying on the grass in the sunshine, thinking of all the possibilities for life. It's still possible. It's still possible at any age, So the first step, there are 7 steps to reawakening, refining, and redesign your life, but we need to create the foundation first before we can even get to those 7 steps. So the first step is to get clear on what those ambitions and those desires are. And that's the reawakening, bringing those ambitions and those desires to life. So that's where we start with the reawakening. Then we go into the refinement process. And the refinement is simply releasing what's not working in your life. What is keeping you from moving forward? What is it that you need to let go of that doesn't make sense in your life, that's taking up space, taking up energy, and not really getting you any further in life to where you want to be? So the refinement process is replacing that confusion of all of that muck that we deal with that we don't need to. Replace that confusion with some clarity. Get some clarity on what do we need to bring into our life. In so many areas that I talk about, I talk a lot about change, and one of the areas of getting through our change process is purging. And it's the same premise, okay? It's letting go of what is not working so we can make room for what is. And this means letting go of things, okay? It can be jobs, it can be relationships, it can be stuff, it can be your environment. But the refinement is really refining your life, getting crystal clear on what you need to let go of. Whatever is putting those cement blocks on your feet that's keeping you from moving forward, that's what we need to refine, need to release that and get rid of it. Recognize what needs to change and what you need more of. So we reawakened, we refined, and once we get that clarity and direction, now it's time for the redesign. And the redesign is really a fun, exciting process, because through the redesign, we can bring in everything that we want and create the picture that we want for a life and create that vision and that blueprint that is going to help us get there. And this is my favorite part in working with my clients, because the possibilities are endless. And I always say there's no boundaries, there's no rule book. It's whatever the mind can conceive. And we make it happen. We make it happen. We make that happen by the redesign. Because now we're taking in our purpose, we're taking in our passion, we're creating prosperity in so many areas of our life, because now we are in alignment and we've let go of all the things that are not moving us forward in our life. And we're creating a clear plan for what it is that we want to create. And so when we talk about, the 7 steps to reawaken, refine, and redesign your life and create the life of your dreams, we need to have this solid foundation in place. We need to do the reawakening, we need to do the refining, and we need to do the redesigning. And so then there are 7 steps throughout this process, the 7 steps that help us break down each of these areas to get that clarity and direction. And so in the next few weeks, I'll be sharing with you what those 7 steps are. And they're really very deep, and they really are it's a lot of introspection, and it's a lot of learning about who we are, and in many cases, who we let go of because we were busy being who everyone else wanted us to be. So in the next few weeks, we'll be sharing those 7 steps. We'll be breaking down how to reawaken, refine, and redesign your life. And throughout these 7 steps, you will learn how to create the life that you desire for yourself. I know sometimes when we hear that expression, it sounds very lofty, because it seems to be a buzzword lately, create the life that you desire, create the life that you want. But when we go through this process of the reawaken, refine, and redesign, we realize that we really can control and take control of our own life so that we can create what it is we want for ourselves. And it's a process. And it is a process that we need to go through. And it sounds lofty, but when you start doing the work and you start getting the ahas, all of a sudden it all makes sense. We have the power. You'll always hear me talk about Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. You've always had it, my dear. Now it's just a question of clicking those heels and doing the work that you need to do to bring it to life. And it can be done. I've done it. I've been doing it. Some areas we need to repeat. The refinement seems to keep coming up every once in a while. And then we may also get some urges to redesign. We may think we want to go in one direction, but things come up that may change. Opportunities may come up that we never even thought about. So the redesign, the refine and the redesign process is not always set in stone, but ultimately when we know what our ultimate outcome is that we want to achieve for our life, it all falls into place. So for today, I want you to remember about that we need to reawaken, refine, and redesign our life. And there are 7 steps to do that, which I'll be sharing with you in the next few weeks. I won't give it to you all at once because it's heavy duty. So we want to, as I always say, we want to do things in baby steps. We all have busy lives and a lot going on in our lives. So we need to chunk it down. But the more that we can commit to doing the work and taking it on and wanting to create the change for our life so that we can have what we want and bring in more of what we desire, it's possible and we can do it. And I'm here to support you in that. So stay tuned. You know, I do my Facebook Lives every Wednesday at 11 a.m. And we'll be working for the next few weeks on the 7 steps to do that reawakening, refinement, and redesign. In the meantime, you can always catch me in my Facebook group, Women Ready to Rise. I offer some great content there. I offer some Q&A days, Ask Me Anything days. What would you like to learn from me? And if you're watching this now, please, post a comment. What would you like to learn from me? I'm all about empowerment and change and transformation. Life transition is my expertise. I've been through so much of it my entire life. And so my passion is really empowering women, particularly in midlife, to be able to thrive through the transitions in their life so that they can go through the experiences that life offers us as our learning experiences and teaches us how to create the life that we want. Okay, you can always reach out to me on, as I said, in the Facebook group. You can always reach out to me here at Christine Cottagio, and my website is christinecottagio.com. And I look forward to helping you reawaken, refine, and redesign your life. Ciao for now.